We'd like to welcome you to another edition of Rick Davis Talking Gold. We'll have some things that hopefully are helpful to you and are entertaining, and a little bit of fun mixed along the way, so stay tuned.
Need some extra spending money for the holidays? With gold at the highest it has ever been during Christmas, there's no easier way to turn your unused gold into quick spending money than Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds.
During the holiday season, even Santa sometimes needs a little help. Ho, ho, ho! Rick Davis, Gold and Diamonds, buying gold all day, every day.
My name's Rick Davis. I know we're not the only one buying gold in this area, but we are the #1 buyer of gold in this area. We want to be your friend in the jewelry business. We want your business. Thank you, and God bless.
How does Rick Davis see hundreds of people every day and nobody waits over 15 minutes? It's simply the system. Check in with the Golden Girls first. They divide your jewelry into plastic bins. Next, wait for your number to be called. This may be my favorite part because it is never a long wait and it gives me the opportunity to look around the showroom. Then, when my number is called, I get to see Rick or Jason. Both of them are great. They give me a value on my items and I decide if I want to sell it or not. Of course, I always do because Rick pays the best. Last, I sign out with Miss Norma. She's really a gem, and I'm on my way. I always have a great time with Rick and his friendly staff. I wouldn't go anywhere else. Stop in and see Rick and his friendly, experienced staff at 5301 Brainerd Road in Chattanooga. While there, be sure to mention that you saw this ad on the CW and receive your CW special. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, Chattanooga's premier jewelry store.
We'd like to invite you to stop by the store at 5301 Brainerd Road, where we have an incredibly friendly staff, a very educated staff, and we're there to serve you and answer your questions. So please stop by and get to know us a little bit better, because we are your friend in the jewelry business. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Where are you from?
Ooltewah.
Ooltewah. Growing up there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I live in Nashville now.
Nashville? Ooh, I was just in Nashville. We went to the ice show over at Opryland.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
I need to do that.
Went to see the Rockettes. That was pretty neat. You seen the Rockettes up there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you need to go to that. At the old Opryland, the old Grand Ole Opry, the new Grand Ole Opry by Opryland.
Right. When I moved there was when the flood happened.
Oh God, yeah. Completely renovated the entire spot.
My brother came the other day. He told me something about y'all should pop the stone out or something.
I will. I'll give you that stone back.
Okay.
And I'll
He
also
lectures
give
me
you
on
the,
everything.
yeah, good. $220. And I will give you your little sapphire back
Okay.
and your stone over there back.
Okay.
81.
So you moved up there, what, 2 years ago when the flood came?
Yeah, it was the actual week of the flood.
Well, you know that mall behind Opryland,
Yeah.
the little mill mall? They're still closed up. They're not even $10 million, I think
I
they
know.
said.
They
That
said they're going to open some of it back in March.
they've got one little place back open, but it's nowhere near what
Yeah.
you'd think.
That's the only thing I don't like about Nashville. So I live in White House, kind of like north of Nashville.
Have you ever been to the steakhouse in inside Opryland? You know, they got the governor's mansion that they moved the whole house inside the place, and it's a steakhouse. Gorgeous. But it's a little expensive. It's, gosh, $180, $200 for two, for a couple of steaks, a little glass of wine. They burn you up, but of course there's nothing in Opryland Hotel that's cheap.
I don't know.
They destroyed my birthday last year, and I'm still mad at him.
How'd they do that?
We had reservations and dinner on the southern boat, the Belle, the dinner cruise, and got up there and they had my reservations mixed up, and I waited 3.5 hours, couldn't get a room. Got mad, left there, and went to, my wife wanted to buy me my birthday dinner since they messed it up, so she took me to the Cheesecake Factory, and we went in there and they burned my hamburger, and I said, and I was gonna get a room and go, just go ahead and stay up there. I got mad when they burned my food, and we drove back, so we spent about 16 hours driving to and from and waiting on rooms. I just come back home, kicked my dog, went to bed.
That's going to give us problems with PETA right there.
Yeah, and I didn't kick my dog. I went home and caressed my dog. Yeah. There's one of my cards if you want. It also has a magnifier on it.
Oh, cool.
When you get old, you can read with that.
I am old.
You ain't old. I got underwear older than you are. I guess it wouldn't hurt to give you your $220, would it?
No.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. Can I mail you the 20 right before Christmas? Okay. Merry Christmas to you. Have a great Christmas. Appreciate the
I'll
business.
be back because I got a bunch more stuff.
Come
in
back
Nashville.
again. Don't stay up in Nashville all the time.
Oh.
Ma'am, sign out with Norma over there for me. Just tell her what you sold and how much you got.
Okay.
Where you from?
Here you go.
Chattanooga? What part?
I live in East Brainerd right now.
Hurricane Creek area?
Yes.
Do you?
How do you know that?
I've been watching you a long time.
Okay.
I'm like Santa Claus. Just a good guess. I've got a friend that lives out there, so if somebody says East Brainerd, that's about the only real certain spot I know of.
No, just down the road, off Fuller Road.
Did you ever go to Silas Marley's when they was out there? Oh God, best little restaurant in Chattanooga. Lasted about a year before they went out of business.
A friend of mine's little brother, he worked out there as
Yeah.
a waiter.
Nice place, classy place, but I think what happened is they just priced yourself out of the market. I mean, you go out there for dinner, 2 people, 150.
Oh.
It was pricey. They had a good little combo, kind of easy listening music playing. And it got a little wilder late at night, but it was fun. But you've got about $40 here, wouldn't you think?
No idea.
Just kidding.
You're just kidding?
Nah, you've
Thank goodness.
you've had a good day and don't even know it.
Yay, it's
I'll be your best friend for Christmas.
Okay.
If I can put a big old smile on your face.
Oh, come on. She said you might not want this, but to have you look at it, she didn't put it in the...
Can I get a big scream if you're happy with the number?
Yeah.
About $450. Yay! I told you I'd be your favorite person, didn't I? I am serious. This is not Candy Camera. This is $450.
Thank you so much.
See, somebody listened. Santa Claus was listening, wasn't he? I had a lady come in the other day and she literally broke down, and I mean boo-hoo, cried. She got $800 and she thought she was going to get $90 or $100. And I mean, she just what? You're kidding. I said, no, man. Oh my God. And she cried all the way up here and I was signing out and everything. It was quite touching. 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, and 450. Now you know you're not on Candid Camera, so you can smile again.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
You have no idea, really.
85.
Does that make for a good Christmas?
That makes it wonderful Christmas.
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas to you. Bye-bye.
I was so happy. I was so excited and very surprised. I feel very blessed, actually. So I brought in some old gold that I never wear, and I got $450. Oh, my wait here was like less than 5 minutes. Oh, I definitely plan on coming back to see Rick.
You keep telling me I'm as old as I feel, but I feel old today. This is not a ruby in this.
Is it not? I didn't know.
Just glass. If it was a ruby, I'd pay you for it, and I'll give it back to you if you want to keep it. Just a little red stone, but still.
Hey, I might use it.
You never can tell.
I might come in here and let you put it in something for me.
There you go. That'll work.
See, I'm a more white gold person anyway.
Half the country is white gold now.
Well, you know, I just don't like the gold. It looks good on you, though.
$90.
I'll take it, and if you will give me that little thing back, I might make a necklace out of it someday. Yeah, I need to find a ring like yours for my husband.
We got them over there. We just sold one a few minutes ago. You'd be surprised. I think this one we sold, it was $11,000, and we sold it for like $2,200.
Well, maybe one day I could afford that.
You hit the lottery tonight.
Hey,
It'll be before Christmas.
I might.
Thank you very much. Sign out with Norma over there for me. You're ready to go. That is a 2002 American Eagle. How many you got? Just the one. Our gold is at $29 and our silver's at $29.74. I'll pay $30 for it. That's more than it's worth, but it's Christmas. Not a problem.
Hey,
We try to do our part.
Well, can you tell me anything about that? I've had that for
I should be able to tell you everything about it. What do you want to know about it? What it is and where it come from and what it's worth?
Yeah, if it's not sterling silver, then what? I mean, what is it?
It's 1847 Rogers Brothers International Silver Company.
Okay.
They made this stuff for seems like 100 years, but it was even back in the 40s. And this was built because their company's name was William Rogers International Silver Company. Everybody in the country thought they was buying sterling silver, not any silver. They made silver plate.
Okay.
So, and this will sound like a little bit to tell you, but 25.4 divided by 30. If this was sterling, like a knife, fork, or a spoon, this would have $19.60 worth of scrap silver in it, or retail $59. Silver plate has no resale value to it, so there's nothing that we can do with it. It's not like this, you know, that's pure silver.
Right.
Now, and this, that wouldn't have hurt you bad for a bracelet, whether you paid $20, $30 for it, whatever. But imagine how many people bought this in silverware that had 60 pieces of it, thinking that was silver, thinking it was silver, paid $400 or $500 for it, and then to come in and find out 30 years later they're selling it. I'd like to sell my silver. It's worthless. It has no value whatsoever. They can get $20, $30 for it.
Well,
so that's.
I looked online and at spoon bracelets and stuff, and of course it does say sterling silver. If something is sterling silver, which is ain't, but it did say if it's got a stamp in it that like who made it or the company that made it, that it makes it worth a little bit more. And there was one that looked just almost identical.
They made them. I mean, you can find that in sterling all over the internet.
Right.
But it's made by Reed and Barton, or it's made by different companies. Not William Rogers Imitation Silver. That's what that IS boxed in there stands for.
Imitation silver.
And it was marketed just they never committed fraud. Their company name was International Silver Company, so everybody assumed they was buying silver. But they never said this is solid silver. They never told you like that's 999 pure silver backed by our federal government. That was never sold saying that it was solid silver. It was just sold as it's pretty, and people look at it and say International Silver Company. They assumed that it was silver.
It's
borderline fraud, but not, you know,
Yeah.
nothing that, and they didn't do anything wrong. They made
Yeah.
some pretty stuff and they sold it, but everybody assumed what they was getting.
I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it shines up like silver and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So, but it's too bad though.
Just wear it, enjoy it, and know that you got a pretty
Yeah,
bracelet.
Yeah.
We're going to take a short break. Before we do so, we'd like to invite you to come by 5301 Brainerd Road. Come into our store, visit with us, chat with us, spend some time with us. You might find something you like, or perhaps we can help you and answer some of your questions.
Need some extra spending money for the holidays? With gold at the highest it has ever been during Christmas, there's no easier way to turn your unused gold into quick spending money than Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds.
My name's Rick Davis. I know we're not the only one buying gold in this area, but we are the #1 buyer of gold in this area. We want to be your friend in the jewelry business. We want your business. Thank you, and God bless.
What do you want me to bring you for Christmas this year?
I would like a scooter that shoots sparks, and I would like a DS, and a football, a basketball, a baseball, some diamond earrings, Xbox 360, a laptop, a go-kart, a ring and a necklace, a motorcycle, golf clubs, a cappuccino machine.
Even Santa needs a little help during the Christmas season. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, buying gold all day, every day.
This is a segment that was pre-recorded from our show on Night Talk. We have inserts and people call in and ask questions, and we try to answer them on the spot. So if you'll view the show tonight, it'll answer some of your questions. If not, feel free to check us out at 5301 Brainerd Road. We're Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, and we're your friend in the jewelry business for over 35 years. Thank you, and God bless.
Well, I've been telling y'all that Santa Claus is coming to town, and he's here with us tonight. Rick Davis is here. Ho, ho, ho. He's here tonight to talk to you about something that's really important. That's Christmas shopping and gold. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We know you mentioned thimbles, and thimbles are collectibles. Are they honest to goodness silver thimbles?
Oh yeah, we have silver thimbles, sterling. We have
That's what I meant,
you've
sterling.
got base metal thimbles that you see come around that everybody had. And then every now and then, not real often, but every now and then we'll get a 14 karat or an 18 karat thimble.
Yeah.
You want to hear the most unusual thing that I've seen in months? I had a gentleman walk in the store Thursday, I believe it was Thursday. He had a 18 karat solid gold flask, Tiffany and Company liquor flask.
Really?
Judy, it was this big, 6 inches tall, an inch thick, and concave, where you could put it in your pocket and it'd fit on it up against your rib cage. Okay.
That must have been some gift from somebody to him.
Well, it was his great grandfather's. As he told the story, I believe that's right. Don't hold me to the relatives, but Tiffany and Company made this flask in 1947. It sold for somewhere around $900 then. That was when gold was $35 an ounce.
Yeah.
Today, we done the math on it. The scrap value on this liquor flask was $13,040.
Oh my gosh.
No glass in it. Some of them have glass inside. They're lined with glass. Well, how can you get an accurate weight if it's got a glass inside? But the real high dollar one, it had I don't remember the term, but it said 2 gruff. And I don't think the gruff was the right word, but it had 2 something on the bottom of it. Well, Jason Googles it real quick, comes back and tells me, oh, Rick, that's 2 cups of liquids, what it'll hold. Equivalent of 2 cups or 2 half cups.
Whatever that meant.
And I've never heard of a gruff or whatever the terminology was. But I done the weights, I checked it out. A full melt was $13,040. And he said, well, here's my problem. I'm trying to buy a house. I have to have $15,000 to pay down on my house. That's what I'd like to have. I hate to sell it. I don't want to sell it. But I have to have $15,000 out of it. That's Tiffany, so that lets you know that it's a quality piece. It's made in 1947, so it's a very old quality piece.
What year was it made now?
1947. Now,
Was his
and
grandfather's.
it's Tiffany and Company. Now, and I won't mention the names, but the name is some very, very important founding fathers here in Chattanooga. Well, you add that on top of Tiffany. So how much worth can you put on top of this? I mean, if we go $1,000 more, it becomes a $14,000 liquor flask because it's Tiffany.
Yeah.
Then if we go another $1,000 because of the family
belonged to that
name,
family.
right? The name that, you know, kind
Yep.
of is special. So now we put $2,000 over on it. Now we've got $15,000 in it. That's exactly what he has to have. We can't get out. I mean, we cannot. There's nobody. I call one of the strongest buyers in the country. And I said to him, I've got a friend that I met. He has something I think only you would appreciate. And I mean, this man doesn't drink, but he's got enough money that he would like to, I thought he'd like to carry around and have a nice Tiffany flask just to showboat a little bit with. He told me I was crazy. He said, no, it's melt. Well, nobody's going to melt this thing. I mean, you may have to.
Yeah.
But it's just, it was absolutely gorgeous and the most unusual piece I've seen in months. I mean, imagine a little liquor flask worth $13,000. I done good to get a half pint of old cherry vodka back when I was in school and didn't have a flask to carry it in. But it was beautiful.
So did you buy it?
No. We can't, you know, I mean, I told him he wanted to know what it was worth. Nobody had ever told him exactly the truth about it. I went through step by step and showed him exactly what it was, how it worked, what it is, what percentage of the markets it is. And he told me point blank he had to have $15,000. You know, I was trying to justify how we can buy it at $15,000, but it was there's just no way. And he's going to be back in touch with me in a couple of days. You know, and I may have some calls that, you know, come in and I put the word out that I've got this unusual Tiffany piece. So it may happen. You don't know.
Well, there may be somebody that collects Tiffany somewhere.
Oh, there's a lot of collectors, but it's usually smaller Tiffany stuff.
But
I mean,
do
that's
you ever
pretty
go
strong.
on, this is probably an insult to you, on eBay
Yeah, all the time.
and find out how
Sure.
the worth of something?
We look at eBay a lot of times, and you know, people, they come into the store, and a lot of times they come in with the pretense, they think we're trying to buy their merchandise as cheap as we can, and if there's not a market for it or whatever, they think we're trying just to get it.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the case at all. We have a lot of people that we will tell, look, don't sell this to us. If you will take your time, we would give you $150 for this. It's worth $200. But if you take your time, if you put it on eBay and run it, or Craigslist, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to sell it. You can expect $250 to maybe even $300 for it. We're talking about scrap prices, what it'll bring, and this is something sellable. And we'll show them and everything, and sometimes they'll say, well, you know, thank you very much we appreciate that. We didn't know about it, or we didn't know how to do it, and it's pretty simple to do. And then other times I'll have people look up and go, well, you know, I appreciate you telling me that, but I don't care. I need money right now, today, and if you're willing to pay me
And
this.
9 out of 10 of them are that way, aren't they?
Yeah, probably. You know, I mean, it's just, we're
Or they
lazy.
wouldn't
We're
be on
lazy.
there.
We, the American people, we're lazy.
That's
we
right.
all are. You know, show me the easiest way to achieve the best I can get, and that's what usually everybody wants. But I mean, I have some diehards now that'll come in and, oh no, you know, I've got to try this. In some cases, they've got to try it. I mean, they're loaded up so high in some of these things that, you know, they've got to look for a way to keep from losing big money. I'm talking about somebody paid $3,000 for something that won't bring more than $500 or $600. The only way they can save face is try to sell it themselves. Same thing that we try to do. You know, they have to clean it up. We'll do that for them, but clean it up, polish it, make it pretty, make it shiny, make it look like it did the day they bought it, and hope somebody else falls in love with it. That they can say, you know, I paid $3,000 for this. Would you like it for $1,000?
Would that be people that would buy like in the mall and buy something?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it's what we call full retail, full pop, full-blown retail.
Yeah.
600%, 6 times cost.
And don't you know there's a lot of people out there they doing that, buying,
Oh, there's a lot of people.
putting it on credit, buying it like that?
Judy, I've had people come to me recently. They had no credit. They couldn't buy anything on credit. I mean, they could buy on credit, but they had credit cards, but
Yeah.
they couldn't go and get a loan for Christmas money.
Right.
I've had them go and put things on their credit card for $1,000, and come and sell it for $500 to get liquid cash and worry about paying that $1,000 off next year, but they just couldn't get any money, you know. And I've had them do it intentionally, and then I've had them do it where they bought it and then found out it wasn't worth that and go back and try to get a credit and can't do it.
Isn't that a shame that it's come to that today?
Well, it is, but it's, you know, we've got to be a smarter buyer. And I talk about we the people.
Right, us folks.
Because we go into a jewelry store, and if they don't have a loop or they won't let us look at something, we like it, we buy it because it's pretty and it's shiny. We don't ever think about what resale value it's got.
And because you have to give somebody as a gift. You're in a have-to situation.
Yeah, you know,
whether
you
it's
need to grab
engagement,
something
whether it's
right
Christmas, or whether it's an occasion.
She said, he said, that's
Right.
what they wanted, one or the other. But as people get more educated on jewelry, and, you know, and we're trying to do a lot of that with these infomercials, but as people get more educated on it, they start to understand that if it weighs this much and the diamond is this big, then this is what its cash value is. Maybe I don't need to just lay down and pay $2,000 for something that's only worth $600 or $700. And it makes people smarter buyers. I mean, I'm getting calls every day. What do you have in the half carat range? What can we get it for? How much is it? If I buy a new mounting for it, what does it cost? I have a mounting that I want to redo my diamond, or I have a diamond I want to redo my mount. You know, both ways. And it's amazing, and they're amazed at how much they can save doing that. Hi, this is Rick again, and we just want to thank you for tuning in and watching our show. We hope it's informative. We hope you've had a little fun along the way, and we hope you enjoy yourself. We try to make it as informative as we can, and we hope you tune in more often. Thanks for watching. God bless.